part of the MechaRAMS from Connecticut. Thank you for joining our presentation. And this is how we turned impact into influence. And we were our first robotics team. So then what is FIRST? FIRST stands for inspiration and recognition of science and technology. And it's basically a global organization from elementary school all the way to high school. And it explores STEM by designing robots, building robots, and programming robots. And teams can compete in yearly challenges. They can build said robots to compete and complete specific tasks or missions. And doing this, they can gain real-world engineering experience, and it inspires them to pursue STEM careers in the future. Shoot.
So we began our robotics journey in elementary school, and we've been impacted by FIRST the entire time. So in elementary school, we started one of FIRST's many programs called FLL Discover, which is where it's a program where students come together and solve a real world problem and present a diorama of that solution. This introduced us to elementary coding and design and taught us how to work as a team and how to research this real world problem. As we aged out of this competition, we moved on to FLL Challenge, where we again expanded on our technical expertise in complex coding, where we had to build Lego robots to complete simple missions like pushing objects or placing objects in different locations. We learned how to implement the scientific process when solving problems, as well as how to deal with differences in opinions whenever we came up to solutions. Now, at the high school level, we work in FRC, which is the highest level that FIRST offers. Here we build industrial-sized robots, which are like 120-pound robots, and we have to learn how to control these advanced systems, as well as very complicated programming. The benefit of this is that we're now able to spread STEM on a bigger platform and impact more people.
So where does our team come into all of this? Combined with building, programming, driving, and competing with our large and very complicated robots against teams all around the world, we make sure that our team is a place where students are the leading force behind our tasks and not just the adults. And we make sure that any new students that join our team are able to gain and retain the knowledge needed to make and operate these robots that we do. And we basically expand and spread STEM knowledge within our community in order to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity in what we offer to our community. Some ways we do this in our school is you kind of use ourselves as a magnet to attract people and crowd to us, and then we direct them to other STEM clubs within our high school to spur interest in the students, so that it's not just a certain group of people who are doing STEM, but rather promoting the idea that anyone and everyone can do STEM.
So throughout our team's history, we've always tried to influence our local community. For example, when an FLL team had trouble knowing how to put their name out and get more attraction from our community, they came to us for help in understanding how to create a website. What we did was we taught them how to create a website and put their team's name on the internet so that their team could get more traction online as well as among other communities. Along with this, whenever our team gets the chance to demonstrate our robot, we always take this opportunity. For example, we always participate in our local Memorial Day parade, in which we drive our robot and our old robots that we've made across the years in the street in order to have them interact with the local community, hopefully influencing them to joining robotics and joining a STEM-related team. Along with this, we were also invited by Pratt & Whitney to join in their 100-year anniversary celebration, where over 13,000 people were in attendance. At this event, we had over 100 people per hour going to our live demonstration of our robot and understanding what our robot can do and what our robotics team can do. Not everyone gets the same opportunities, though. For example, homeschooled children cannot get the same opportunities in STEM as a kid who goes to high school. So what did we do? we gave a presentation to a group of homeschooled children within our own community and gave them a demonstration of who we are and what our robot does in order to hopefully influence them in order to join the community. Along with this, we also went to our local middle school in order to give a presentation to the students there, hopefully influencing them to consider joining a robotics team as an extracurricular activity. Finally, we also gave a presentation at the Cheshire Public Library where we brought awareness to robotics and STEM and showed people what robotics can do, hopefully influencing them to start their own team or join a team using our own personal experiences. However, the MechaRAMS also wants to continue influencing our community and other communities around the world. For example, we have a group of Girl Scouts who are coming to our school within less than a month, and we will be giving them a presentation and a live demonstration of what our robot can do in order to influence them to join the world of STEM. Along with this, there's also students on our team who have been creating and helping local teams in order to spread the message of FIRST. Those students are helping these kids solve real-world problems and use applications from real life in order to solve challenges and hopefully help them do well in their competitions. Finally, we've also convinced our local YMCA to start STEM-related classes within the YMCA Aftercare program. Here, students can engage in fun, engaging robotics classrooms where they have to solve STEM-related problems using innovative solutions and critical thinking. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hopefully influence some of you to join a robotics team. And do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention was I'm also part of an FRC team. I'm part of the aluminum narwhals. And yeah, I really like all the community work you guys are doing. And one question I have was that what is your name? What does your team name mean?
So our team name, our school mascot is the ram. So we basically combined the robotics aspect along with our school's mascot in order to create the MechaRAMS.
Oh, okay, got it. And another thing I wanted to ask was all this experience that you've gained from FLL and FRC, how do you think this will help you in your future?
So it provides us with a good basis of problem solving and scientific process. So it gives us a way to approach problems that we'll see in school or even in the workforce.
Okay, oh yeah, one more question. So I know a lot of FRC teams divide their teams into separate parts, like a mech part, a coding part. Is your team divided into parts or is it just one whole?
We do have subdivisions within our team. We have our build, we have our programming, we have our media to do outreach programs, but we try to work together rather than actually separating it. Like you can't program a robot without having a robot to program. So we try to keep our team as interwoven with each other as possible. But yeah, we do have sub teams.
Okay, Julie, do you have any questions?
I just have an observation. Right before COVID shut things down back in 2020, I went to a FIRST robotics competition in, it was near Dayton, Ohio. It might have been in Dayton. It was the first time I'd been to one. And I've been in the youth innovation space for about 24 years now. A lot of work in the invention space. And I saw a significant difference between what was going on at FIRST versus what's taught in invention. And don't get me wrong, they're both great. Anything you can get a student engaged in a STEM in a STEM field, I think is great. But what I saw at FIRST that amazed me, and I've been since trying to figure out how to integrate it into invention curriculum, is the collaborative cooperation between teams. You don't see that in the invention space, not really. But when going through a FIRST, you see people running from one, I don't know what they're called, they're not booths, they're your setup, where you're set up to compete, going from one to another, looking for parts. And other people just giving them parts, or giving them advice, or helping them in some way or another, which I think is just very unique to that program. And maybe
Yeah,
to all robotics programs. It could be all in all robotics programs, but it's definitely, I didn't realize the deficit in the invention space until I saw that.
so we work with another team that's nearby us who's strong in the manufacturing portion of robotics, and we teach them how we do our coding. So that's another aspect of how we uh like team up with other teams in FRC.
I just think it's the right way to be. It's the right way to go.
Yeah.
If you can't collaborate nice with others, can't play in the sandbox nicely, then you should probably get out of the sandbox, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Very good. What do you guys see? What do you guys see yourself doing in a few years after after you age out, if you do age out of this? I mean, do you become leaders of the program out and then you lead other students, or what's next after it?
For me at least, I want to go into mechanical engineering so that I'm sticking with the STEM kind of aspect of things. And I feel like I would probably stay as a first alumni too, because I've been in first for most of my life through First Lego League, now through FRC. So it's kind of just like keeping it in my life, kind of keeping STEM in my life because I'll be keeping it through engineering in general.
For me, it's not so much as robotics, but rather on the scientific scale. So what I take away from first is while I do learn programming and other logical thinking parts from first, those are not the main aspects that I'm taking away that would impact me in my life. It's more of the critical thinking process because I'm more interested in the science aspect of STEM rather than the technology and engineering. And that is thinking with critical knowledge is important in science a lot of times. So that's my largest takeaway from this.
I feel like I would definitely stay as a part of the first community because it's been a large part of my life. And I've met some of the most amazing people like that have influenced me and impacted me throughout my life. Like while I do want to go to like a more medical field, I feel like robotics is like a huge part of who I am. So I'll definitely want to stay within this community in some sort of way.
Yeah, for like I've gotten so much out of robotics, and after I'm done with college, I definitely want to be coming back to our high school to give back to this program that gave so much to me. This is the same with like a bunch of other of our alumni that come back as mentors after they graduate college. We've had our multiple build mentors be alumni of our program, as well as some of our drive mentors.
Very nice. Vanya, since you're also in robotics, what do you think about that question? Where do you see it in your life once you graduate, or do you not?
I mean, I'm definitely sure that's going to take a part in my future, but I'm part of the strategy team, so I'm not really a hands-on person, but I am planning on going into STEM, so I'm pretty sure it will help me.
Very good. What do you recommend for an 11-year-old who hasn't done anything in robotics yet and wants to get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely try to reach out to a local team, see like what they have to offer, and hopefully like if they have something that appeals to you, then you can definitely join them because a lot of these teams have like aspects that you wouldn't think they have, but there's a lot of ways that they can actually have like they can use your input. Like it's very good like if you join their team because you can actually be really like helpful and supportive to that team. You won't know like you don't know how much of an impact that you can have on that team.
Yeah,
So 11's, it's not too late to start at that point.
Absolutely not. No,
and
it's never.
I, in fact, did not start any sort of robotics until I joined the FRC team when I was in ninth grade. I was not part of an FLL team, but I feel like in the last 2 years that I have been on the team, I had a lot to take away from it, and I definitely learned a lot of stuff from it.
the
Okay.
best part I feel is like we don't need like the students who come in don't need to have any background information on robotics. The good thing about it first is it teaches you everything from start to finish so that you can be a productive member of the team.
Okay.
Thank you for your presentation. We really appreciate your time and effort. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back in April, so if you guys want to come give us an update, tell us what's going on. By then, there should be some competitions, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in March?
Yeah,
May?
March and April.
Come show us a big trophy.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your time today, and thank you, Suchita, wherever you went, for helping sign up these guys.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Have a great rest of your weekend.
Yep,
Thank
you
you
too.
too.
Bye.